Doctor Strange goes on a life-transforming journey in the film. How did you approach playing the different stages of his character?
There's a huge amount of change that he goes on in this story, life-changing change, and it's very well charted in the script. But Scott's pitch to me was the thing that really enticed me to play this character, and that was the main element of it. He's somebody you meet with a great deal of ability, but he's arrogant with that. He's egotistical, he's materialistic. He's charming and funny, but he is doing it for himself. And yet you kind of want to spend time with the guy still because he's really good at it. And yet this cataclysmic car crash happens and everything that he has at his disposal to make him this extraordinary neurosurgeon is destroyed in the damage he suffers to his hands. And then I really wanted to play very clearly the profound effect that would have both physically and mentally. It's a full-on breakdown that he has, I think, after that. So that was exciting, and it comes with its challenges. It goes to a very dark place very early in the journey, but it turns a corner, and in the best vein of Marvel's films, I hope with humour as well, into this extraordinary last-ditch, desperate attempt at healing, and he discovers that beyond healing, he has powers that he hasn't even imagined in realities and dimensions and possibilities that he hasn't even imagined in the form of what he learns from the ancient one, a Karmatage. So to think of that, to just go from the logical causal reality of being, a top neurosurgeon in New York to ending up being a sorcerer in Nepal. I mean, it's a wacky journey, but a great one to go on.
Very detailed practical sets were made for the film. Which was your favorite, and how did the sets inform you as an actor?
The sets were extraordinary. I mean, people say, well, what's it like doing a Marvel film? Any film with a big amount of special effects and green screen and blue screen. And while there were days where the four walls and floors were the same colour, green or blue, and only diffused light above you, and you had to imagine everything that wasn't there. Even that was very well prevised, actually, the storyboarding, sort of animated storyboard. So you knew where you stood and what was happening. But the real effects for me were the sets, the real live sets that we got to do real live action on. Charlie Wood's design on this is just exceptional. The scale of some of them. I mean, I don't really do favourites, but just a couple. I mean, the Sanctum is amazing. All the Sanctum Sanctorum sets are extraordinary. The corridors, the main atrium, the Chamber of Relics, and I would say the streets of Hong Kong, especially because of how complex that sequence was. The detail was phenomenal. You could literally swing a camera 360 degrees on those sets and choose any frame and it would end up in the final movie. All as interesting, all as rich in composition, and all as factually accurate and complete. And literally to the point, I remember one day the crew going into the metal workshop on the street in Hong Kong and actually fixing a bit of gear for a shot. I mean, they had all they needed tool-wise to lathe a bit of metal and just bring it back out, and there it was, being used on the camera. I mean, it was remarkable.
How did it feel when you finally donned the full Doctor Strange costume?
I remember when I first put the cloak on with all the rest of the garb underneath, and Alex Bernard, brilliant costume designer who's designed a few of these films, she said, yeah, I've seen that look before, you're having a superhero moment. And I was just smiling, I was just sort of staring at this image of a cloaked man, and thinking, it was a pinch yourself moment, it really was, because I built this understanding and engagement with the role in film as an acting job, not as a comic super fan or someone who was going to be a superhero. So that was the first moment that the penny really dropped. It was a great moment.
This was your first experience on a Marvel film. Tell us what that was like.
It's my first time on a Marvel film, and it was joyous. It was really hard work, really long hours. I mean, crazily long hours at times. But you're facilitated every step of the way. They really look after you, from diet to training to yoga to stunt rehearsals to fight coordination to, I mean, the most extraordinary wire work that I was taught, as well as script and dialect and rehearsals and discussions with Scott and the other actors, and also tutting, this amazing hand art that was involved in spellcasting and the stuff we do as sorcerers. So really, really good fun. And like my character, it was a hard knock school of learning. So I had that kind of similar experience to my character.
What should audience expect when they see the film?
I think audiences are obviously going to expect a thrilling visual journey, unlike any they've seen in any film, let alone a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. But it's a piece of great fun, populist entertainment. But it's also a profoundly beautiful and, I think, wise film. And There's a lot of action you haven't seen, a lot of thoughts and ideas you haven't seen in this extraordinary character fledgling and coming to life as a superhero to join the MCU and the Avengers. So, yeah, expect thrilling visual rides, some fantastic characters, some funny, some dark moments, and also just, some wild bits of action.
And finally, if you could sum up the movie in one word, what would it be and why?
Magic, because it is.
Did you know that The Hateful Eight with 3 words is the longest title for a film directed by Quentin Tarantino? All the titles of his previous films only consisted of 2 words. For example, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained, or Kill Bill. What's your favorite movie directed by Tarantino? Let me know in the comments below and click here for more cool videos. Thanks for watching. See ya!